Don't panic. Yes, I see the title of the video. I wrote it. It's Blue Orange 22, and yes, that is an honest title. That's not clickbait. This is not like satire. This is straight up the video. I am a red pillar and a men's rights activist, and I'm going to teach you guys how to get girls. Except, here's the thing. The red pill subreddit today, the red pill movement today, is nothing like it was when I was into it back in middle school. So like circa 2006 or so, it was a very, very different thing. In fact, it was the opposite way. And I'll kind of break down how in a bit. But the red pill subreddit now is an absolute mess. And there are some concepts that they kind of get right. That's borrowed from the old school red pill, but it's totally gone off the wheels in the wrong direction. Let me explain how. Okay, the difference in old school red pill like me and the new school red pill like on Reddit right now. A current red pillar thinks, how do I successfully approach women, right? To hit on chicks, right? An old school red pillar, the mentality was the opposite. The mentality was, how do I get women to approach me? Whereas the new school red pill is, what do I do? Here's the difference. New school red pill is all these techniques, all these strategies. Whereas old school red pill was about how you were yourself. So new school red pill is something that you do. But old school red pill was something that you are. Okay? So old school red pill was about being the kinds of guy that would be attractive to girls, that girls would want to come up and talk to you. Or at least are hoping that you going up and talk to them, right? It's about how you carry yourself. And the number one value, the most important core value of red pill, and if you are not doing this, you're not doing it at all. And I think this should be the number one core value of every human being on the planet, okay, is diet and health. I cannot stress enough how important a healthy diet is and the difference that it makes. I follow a paleo diet. I'm not going to lecture people on paleo. I know Vosh is out there eating gummy bears. But the difference between when I was younger and I had fast food all the time, I had soda every day, I had junk food every day, I was depressed, my energy was bad, I didn't feel good. And looking back, it's like, well, of course, look at the garbage I was eating every day. Of course I didn't feel good. When you switch to a healthy diet, okay, stop drinking too much alcohol, stop drugs. If you're smoking, try and quit. Don't go to fast food. Don't drink soda, ever. Really, soda is awful. Stuff like candy, stuff like cakes, you should not eat that stuff as much as possible. I personally like paleo. I'm not one of those diet preachy people. That's just what I say. I love it. Keto, some people like it. I tried it. Wasn't really for me. Intermittent fasting, I really enjoyed. But the difference when I'm on what I call pure. And for me, pure is when I'm on paleo. You don't need to take probiotics every day, but I take some. Intermittent fasting works great, but I'm really, really clean and pure with my diet and what I eat. The mental difference, even more so than the physical difference. You will feel sharp, you'll feel confident, you feel energetic. You won't be afraid of confrontations or problems or frustrations. You just feel focused on dealing with the issue. And that's the one thing that new school red pill does get right, is this concept called frame. What is frame? Frame is when you kind of keep your inner cool. It's the ability to stay calm in a situation, whatever that situation may be, okay, including if a woman rejects you in a really embarrassing way, which if you handle it right won't happen in the first place, you can just stay cool about it, say whatever, and you just kind of keep living. But so that's step number one, okay, be healthy and your diet. Going to the gym is very good. It doesn't mean you have to be like a bodybuilder, but exercise, be in shape, you will feel better and you will look better. A lot of people think that bodybuilding, well, not bodybuilding, like going to the gym, lifting weights, like a macho alpha, Western thing, when in reality, the ancient Shaolin monks lifted weights. The ancient Romans, ancient Greeks, ancient Persians lifted weights. Even non-soldiers did it because they knew the benefits that weightlifting brought to your body and to your mind. It is a healthy thing to do, and we've been doing it for thousands of years. It doesn't mean you have to go and get all ripped. It doesn't mean you have to be the biggest guy in the gym. But just work out every once in a while. Go for a walk. If you're going to go to the store 5 minutes down the road, make it 20 minutes, walking back. can make a huge difference. Number two, and this is something I almost never do in my own videos, but pay attention to just how you present yourself. Your clothes, your hair. It doesn't mean you need a $500 suit. Just look good. Just look crisp. You can go to Target. You can go to Walmart and get clothes that look good. It doesn't have to be like flashy, super stylish. Just look clean, look sharp, look put together, And then 3 is engage in the world around you, which is a fancy way of saying have a hobby. Go out and do things, and it doesn't have to be something you pay for. It could just be, going to the beach or going to the park or whatever it is. But do something, get involved in the community around you. And I know that's tough given our schedules with work and school and life. So I know that's much easier said than done. But, if you are kind of into something nerdy, like math or science, that's fine. Go to a science club, go to a science museum, go to a math convention. That's fine. There are going to be women there too, and then just be around women and show them an example of someone who is, positive, energetic, confident, intelligent, cool. It's like, yeah, this guy's, this guy's cool. This guy's cool. And they may start a conversation with you. But if you want to start a conversation with them, here's the thing. If you want to hit on a girl, right? You want to talk to a girl, but you don't know what to say, so you're running through all your pickup lines. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you don't have to. You can just go up and say anything. It could be something completely boring, completely mundane. Just say, hey, what's the homework tonight? I forgot. What class is it? What's your major? Oh, cool. How was that? Ah, sounds cool, yeah. What are the teachers like? Oh, sweet. That's awesome. What kind of jobs can you get with that? Oh, okay, cool. And when you start doing that enough, you will eventually learn to be able to tell when a woman is interested in you. And when in doubt, if you have a conversation like that, you can always do something like, hey, would you be interested in taking my Instagram? Just say, just like that, totally cool. Either she'll say yes, or she'll make up an excuse and she'll say no. And if she says yes, and you're talking on Instagram, if she's interested, eventually, and sooner rather than later, depending on how you play it, she will show that interest. And if you are gonna hit on a girl, you don't have to make it complicated. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to do some stupid pickup line. Literally just walk up. I've done this and it's worked. Just walk up to a girl, right? And, again, boring question. Hey, what time is it? Or, hey, what classes do you take? Or, hey, are there any good Korean restaurants around here? Doesn't matter. Just make it something just not weird. And then after like 30 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever, just say, hey, listen, to be honest, I think you're kind of cute. Would you be interested in getting my Instagram? And again, she'll either make up an excuse and say no, that she's a boyfriend, or she'll say yes, and then you'll keep talking. And that's really kind of all there is to it. Now, some people might say, well, I'm not confident with how I look. I don't think I'm physically attractive for women, so this won't work for me. Wrong. Actually, this is the perfect way to do it. Because by being someone who's interesting, okay, by working on yourself first, by being someone that goes to events, that has good conversations, that just stands out as just a solid, positive dude, you're not relying on your looks. So in general, I think it's good advice. And I think you could almost extend that philosophy to business interactions and social interactions in general. I mean, obviously not the asking for Instagram part. And there will be some guys, there'll be some comments, and there'll be some red pillars who will say that I don't know what I'm talking about. And some girls love the chase, and some girls, love kind of a more alpha man, giving off those kind of signals. And that's probably true. I don't deny that. But, that's not the game for me. If your idea of a good time is going to a nightclub, we're probably not going to be a good match. My perfect woman would be someone who says on a Saturday night, we can't go out tonight because the Bama game's on. It's a top 5 matchup. That would be perfect. But the 2 things to take away from this, 3 things to take away. Number 1, if you're not trying to be healthy, that's the number 1 thing you should be doing in your life. It makes everything better. Okay. Number 2, talking to girls, talking to women, hooking up, not that complicated, okay? Women can tell when guys are nervous. I mean, humans can tell when humans are nervous. So don't be nervous. And being healthy, see, your diet will directly affect your confidence. It really, really, really does. And if you are someone who's massively cleaned up your diet, you know what I'm talking about, how much better your mental health will be. I'm not saying it can cure diseases, but you will feel so much better. And when you feel better, you feel more confident and you talk better. Everything is better. Okay? And number 3, if you're on the red pill subreddit, you probably shouldn't be. It's like I went on it, like when I do go on it now, which is pretty much never, I'm just like, what the heck? What is this? Who's Chad? So I'll leave you with this, okay, to sum it all up, okay, in one sentence. A true red piller doesn't learn to approach women. A true red piller is the one approached. Oh, and here's a shocking revelation about women. Guys, talking about nightclubs, did you know, and this is mind-blowing when I found out, you're not going to believe this, but it's true. Did you know that the vast majority of women actually go to nightclubs just because they want to dance and hang out with their friends? Like they actually don't go, and try and find hookups. Like they're actually there to, which for men that is the sole reason to go to the club, is to and at first that boggled my mind, and I'm like, why would you go to a nightclub just to, first why would you pay to go to a place where there's just, crappy music and overpriced drinks? But that's right, women don't have to pay for that stuff. That's right. I kid. But in all seriousness, about nightclubs, it was a very sad day for me the first time I went to the Whiskey A Go Go in Hollywood, and they were playing EDM. And it's like, no offense to EDM, but I was looking around and I was like, where's the guitars?